Hello everyone, in this video we will learn to deal with the questions related to continuity. Okay, so f is a function defined as this and you have to discuss the continuity of this function. First of all, you are not given any point at which you have to check. So that means you have to check whether the function is continuous on the entire real number line domain. Whenever you are given any point, suppose if you were given something like check the continuity at x is equal to 5 or x is equal to 0, then it was quite easier for you to check, because then what you would have done, simply left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to your f of c or f of 0, right? You would have done this, but now a particular point is not given to you, so you have to check the continuity throughout the real number domain. We will see how it is done. Look closely at your function and you will see that it is something like a square minus b square, right? So what it is, x plus 5 x minus 5 upon x plus 5, right? So it's equal to what? X minus 5. So your function can be simplified into x minus 5. Alright, so what your function is, fx is equal to x minus 5. Now we will check the continuity of this function throughout the real number domain. So what we are going to do, we are going to take any c. Let c belongs to real number, okay? C is any real number and we will check the continuity at c. So for left hand limit, you know, limit x tends to c minus f of x. That means limit x tends to c minus x minus 5, right? Now you are going to transform this limit into h. That means limit when h tends to 0, x becomes c minus h. C minus h minus 5, right? Let me tell you how it is done. You will take x is equal to c minus h. You see, we are taking x is equal to c minus h, where h is a very small value. We will know what h is. We will get the value of h from here. Now, what is your x? X is some c, right? So it is c is equal to c minus h. So ultimately your h is equal to 0. Actually your h is a very small value which we are equating to 0. So when limit h tends to 0, your x converts to c minus h. Alright. So when you apply this limit, you get c minus 5, right? So your left hand limit is c minus 5. Similarly, we are going to find the right hand limit. Right hand limit x tends to c plus. We are approaching c from the right hand side, so it's c plus f of x. Similarly, we will do the same thing here. Limit h tends to 0, c plus h minus 5 this time. How? We have taken x is equal to c plus h. We are approaching x from the right hand side, so we will take c plus some infinitesimally small value. So when x is your c, you get, so h is ultimately 0. H is tending towards 0. So you get, when you apply this limit, you get c minus 5. So what you got? You got, yes, limit left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Now we need the value of the function at c. F of c is what? C minus 5, right? So you got it's equal to f of c also. So therefore your f of x is a continuous function. Now the next question, here you see a mod function is included. So we need to branch this function in order to open the mod function, right? So we will first branch this. You see, this function will be defined like, suppose when x is smaller than 0, you know when x is smaller than 0, your mod of x gives the value minus x, right? So this is going to be the value. When x is equal to 0, already the value is given. And when x is greater than 0, you know when x is greater than 0, you will check this case. and here mod of x is used. So when x is greater than 0, mod of x becomes plus of x, right? So it's a plus of x upon x. So this is how your function is expanded. Now we will check the continuity. No point is given, no point, a particular point where we have to check the continuity. A particular point is not given. So first of all, you see this function is fluctuating on 0. Okay, so at 0 you will get the value 0. Okay, on all the values less than 0, on the left hand side, your value is continuously going to be -1. Okay, your value is going to be -1 only, and for all the x greater than 0, your value is going to be +1, right? It's going to be something like this. So we will check the values now, check the continuity now. So there are 3 cases here. First of all, for all the x smaller than 0. Let c be smaller than 0. We will take any c, a real number c which is smaller than 0. Now we will simply apply our definition of continuity. Limit x tends to c, f of x should be equal to f of c, right? So let us check. Limit x tends to c minus x upon x. Okay, so this is what? Minus c upon c is equal to -1. Alright, and f of c is what? Again minus c upon minus c is equal to -1. So this condition is satisfied. So you will say that fx is continuous for all x smaller than 0. So this was the case 1 where we took a real number, any real number smaller than 0. Now let us take any real number greater than 0. Let c be greater than 0, any positive real number. Here also we will apply the definition. Different x tends to c, f of x should be equal to f of c, right? So we will check. Limit x tends to c, f of x means what? Limit x tends to c, x upon x, right? Which is going to be what? C upon c is equal to 1. And value of the function f of c is what? C upon c is equal to 1. Again you got limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to f of c. Therefore your function is continuous for all c greater than 0. So that's the case 2. Now we know that our function is continuous for all the c smaller than 0, for all the c greater than 0. Now what we have to do is check whether the function is continuous at 0. Means now for x is equal to 0, we have to check the continuity. And you know, when you have to check the continuity at a particular point, what you have to apply? The left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to f of c, right? So we will do this now. Now we will check the continuity at x is equal to 0. C is equal to, we are talking about c point, any random c point. So let us say c is equal to 0. So you know f of 0 is what? 0. Okay. Left hand limit, limit x tends to 0 minus f of x. This means limit x tends to 0 minus x upon x, right? Now you can either take this limit as h tends to 0, or you already know the value of this function. This is going to be -1 only. So you can do the either ways. So let me do it by h tends to 0. So when h tends to 0, you have minus of 0 minus h upon 0 minus h, right? So this is what? Both of them cancelled, -1. Your right hand limit similarly, limit x tends to 0 plus f of x. Okay, so when you are approaching x from the right hand side, from the right hand side means from x greater than 0, your function is plus x upon x. And when you were approaching x from the left hand side means when it was 0 minus means you were approaching it from the left hand side, your function was minus x upon s. So here your function is going to be changed. Its limit x tends to 0 plus x upon x. Already you know it's 1. So limit x tends to 0 plus is equal to 1. Right? You can do either ways. Both of them are correct. If you are taking it to h tends to 0 or not. Here you got minus 1, here you got 1, and here you got f of 0 is 0. So clearly f of 0 is not equal to the left hand limit, is not equal to the right hand limit. Therefore, the function is not continuous at x is equal to 0. So your overall conclusion is this, that when x is greater than 0, your function is continuous. When x is smaller than 0, your function is continuous. When x is equal to 0, your function is not continuous. Not continuous or discontinuous. So this is your overall conclusion when you examine this function and check the continuity. Now these kinds of questions, they only look giant but are easy to solve. See, if you look at the function carefully, it is fluctuating on 2 points, on 0 and 1. Right? Now you see, x is smaller than 0, your function is 2x. Okay, when x is greater than 1 means on this part of the number line, your function is 4x. On 0, when x is equal to 0, when x is equal to 1 and everything in the between, your value is 0. Here the value is 0 only. So you know your function is defined on entire number line. मीन्स पूरे रियल नंबर पे ये फंक्शन आपका डिफाइंड है और 3 अलग अलग तरीके से डिफाइंड है. फॉर एक्स लेस देन 0 दिस, ग्रेटर देन 1 दिस, एंड एवरीथिंग इन बिटवीन द वैल्यू इज 0. नाउ फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन यू विल हैव मल्टीपल केसेस. Okay, we will see how. For any c belonging to real number, we will have these following cases. See, 1, c is smaller than 0. Okay. So whenever you know that, whenever you are not given a particular point but you have to find the continuity at something greater than or less than, you will simply apply what? Limit x tends to c f of x is equal to f of c. Right? आप ये अप्लाई करके continuity चेक कर लोगे c लेस देन 0 पे. फिर c ग्रेटर देन 1 चेक कर लो. c ग्रेटर देन 1 यहाँ पे भी, क्योंकि एक पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट नहीं गिवन है आपको, तो आप सिंपली x tends to c f of x is equal to f of c लगाओगे. सो फंक्शन की वैल्यू 1 पे फाइंड करोगे और x tends to 1 पे फाइंड कर लोगे. ठीक, 2 केसेस तो ये क्लियर हो गए. अब मिडिल इस वाले की बात करते हैं. यहाँ पे यू विल गेट one case as c is equal to 0, because what is your domain? x is greater than or equal to 0 and smaller than or equal to 1. So c is equal to 0. Now you are given a particular point here. So what you will do? You will find the left hand limit, try to equate it to right hand limit, and then find the value of the function at 0. If you get this, then your function will be continuous at 0. 3 points. Fourth case will be c equal to 1. c equal to 1 पे भी आप सेम थिंग करोगे, लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट निकालोगे, राइट हैंड लिमिट निकालोगे और फंक्शन की वैल्यू 1 पे निकालोगे. अगर तीनों इक्वल आते हैं तो आपका फंक्शन 1 पे भी कंटिन्यूस है. और इतना हो जाने के बाद अभी एक डोमेन बच रहा है. आप रियल नंबर लाइन देखो, 0 और 1 पे हमारा फंक्शन फ्लक्चुएट कर रहा है. लेस देन 0 के लिए इस पार्ट के लिए यू विल अप्लाई दिस. इस पार्ट, फॉर दिस पार्ट you know you are going to apply this. For particularly 0 point and 1 point you will apply this. अब बात आती है इस मिडिल पॉइंट की, मतलब 0 और 1 के बीच में. अगर आपका x जो है 0 और 1 के बीच में कहीं पे है, तब if c is smaller than 0 and greater than c इज ग्रेटर देन 0 एंड स्मॉलर देन 1। यहाँ पे भी आपको कोई पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट तो गिवन नहीं है, आपको लेस देन ग्रेटर देन वाले फॉर्म में यहाँ पे चेक करना है। फिर से आप यही चीज़ अप्लाई करोगे, लिमिट x टेंड्स टू c f ऑफ x इज इक्वल टू f ऑफ c। ठीक है, तो अब यहाँ पे तो देखो लिमिट, अब f ऑफ c क्या है, 0 है आपका, f ऑफ c भी आपका 0 है, और अब अगर x टेंड्स टू c लगाओगे तब भी वैल्यू 0 ही आएगी क्योंकि फंक्शन की वैल्यू 0 है। तो ये भी आपसे सॉल्व हो जाएगा। तो आप फिर से देखो, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस में आपको कई केसेस मिलेंगे। आप सबसे पहले देखोगे कि फंक्शन आपका फ्लक्चुएट कहाँ पे कर रहा है, और उसके हिसाब से आप फंक्शन को तोड़ने की कोशिश करोगे मल्टीपल केसेस में। सो वही किया हमने, c लेस देन 0 मिला, c ग्रेटर देन 1 मिला, दो तो क्लियर केसेस मिल गए। फिर इसकी बात करते हैं तो इसमें c इज इक्वल टू 0, c इज इक्वल टू 1 मिला, और उसके बाद फिफ्थ केस मेरा बनता है जहाँ पे सब कुछ 0 और 1 के बीच में सारे नंबर, सारे एलिमेंट्स हम ले लेंगे। तो उसके लिए भी आप ये अप्लाई करोगे। अब ये याद रखना कि जब आपको कोई पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट गिवन होता है, व्हेन यू हैव टू चेक द कंटिन्यूटी ऑफ अ फंक्शन at some point, then you go for this thing, left hand limit, right hand limit, and the value of the function. When you are not given a particular point, in that case you just use this fundamental, limit x tends to c f of c is equal to f of c। ये फाइंड करने की, इसको प्रूव करने की कोशिश करनी है, दैट्स इट। इस तरीके से आप सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर दोगे। आई गेस ये आपसे हो जाएगा, ये आपसे हो जाएगा, ये हो जाएगा। और इस टाइप के केस में मैंने आपको बता दिया कि इसमें भी कुछ नहीं करना है, स्ट्रेट ये वाला स्टेटमेंट आप यूज़ करोगे। एफ ऑफ सी आपको पता है 0 है, एक्स टेंड्स टू सी एफ ऑफ एक्स आपको पता है कि अगर इसको मैं सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करूँ इस पार्ट को, तो लिमिट एक्स टेंड्स टू सी एफ ऑफ एक्स है आपका। ठीक है, तो आप कुछ भी करो यहाँ पे, आपको एफ ऑफ एक्स तो पहले से ही डिफाइंड है ना, एक्स टेंड्स टू सी 0, एफ ऑफ एक्स की वैल्यू 0, तो अल्टीमेटली ये तो इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ एक्स है तो वैल्यू 0 ही हो गई। और एफ ऑफ सी भी आपको पता है कि 0 है, तो यहाँ पे फंक्शन कॉन्टिन्यूस है। हर एक केस के बाद आप स्टेटमेंट लिखोगे कि c जब लेस देन 0 था तो मेरा फंक्शन कॉन्टिन्यूस है कि नहीं है, इसी तरीके से c ग्रेटर देन 1 पे मेरा फंक्शन कॉन्टिन्यूस है कि नहीं है। हर एक केस के बाद आप स्टेटमेंट लिखोगे, तब जाके ये ओवरऑल कंटिन्यूटी आपकी ऐसा होगा कि चेक हो गई है। देन ओनली यू कैन से दैट आई हैव चेक द कंटिन्यूटी फॉर दिस फंक्शन थ्रू आउट द नंबर लाइन। All right, so I hope you can solve all the questions in this form. So one more thing here, a polynomial function is always continuous. So if I were to not use this statement, I would have straightly written that since fx is a polynomial function for c smaller than 0, therefore fx is continuous at c smaller than 0. Okay, so whenever you see a polynomial function, you can straight use the statement that since our function is a polynomial function, therefore the function is continuous at any the domain we are talking about. You can also see 2x, how is 2x drawn? Something like this, right? So throughout the real number line it's continuous. 4x is also something like this. 4x also continuous. All the polynomial functions are continuous. So you can use this directly use the statements also.